Welcome everybody back to the award-winning podcast. We're in double digits. This is episode 10. We're here with Luke today. We're going to be talking about baseball, soccer, basketball, the whole enchilada. Let's get into this. We're going to start with baseball, of course. Kike Hernandez, one of the big players for the Dodgers in the World Series, made 2 clutch plays. He announced on Saturday that he underwent surgery on his left elbow prior to 2025, and he will now miss the 2026 World Baseball Classic because of this.
I think he could have been a big part for the Puerto Rico team. And,
he's one of their best players. He definitely would have helped them out. But apparently when he, fell after that amazing catch by Pages, it, triggered something. He was dealing with it throughout the whole season. He was in pain. But that's what really set it over. And it's a bum for Puerto Rico, but, surgery, can't do anything about it. Yeah. Now, last time we talked about the Dodgers and the Yankees' needs for the postseason. Now we're going to be talking about the Braves and the Angels. Now we're going to start with the Braves. Okay, so their top free agents. Who are their top free agents?
Right-hand pitcher Raisel Iglesias, shortstop Ha-Seong Kim, and designated hitter Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah, I think the 2 biggest one here are Ha-Seong Kim. We talked about him in our other video if you want to go check it out. And then Marcell Ozuna, this is huge. He's been a good outfielder for the Braves. And honestly, I think that he's going to stay with the Braves. How do you feel about that?
I think that he would still be good on the Braves, but the Braves' biggest needs are shortstop, that's what Ha-Seong Kim plays, so that could help them out a lot.
Yeah, and MLB is ranking them 3rd on the list right now going into 2026, and that's a huge surprise. They did terrible in 2025. But you have to know that they aren't losing that many players. They aren't losing that many players to free agency. They didn't have the talent last year. It was all about injuries. So they're not losing much talent. If they come back healthy, they're going to be great. Ron Acuna Jr. came back great. Comeback player of the year for the Braves. So I think that the Braves have a good chance next year.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be talking about the Angels. Well, Luke, do you like the Angels, right?
Yeah.
We're going to convert him to a Dodgers fan. Don't worry. We'll figure that out. Yeah. The top free agents of the Angels are starting pitcher Tyler Anderson, starting pitcher Kyle Hendricks, and relief pitcher Kenley Jansen. Now, what's the biggest name on this list that sticks out to me? Kenley Jansen. Now, we also talked about him in our other video. If you want to go check that out, there's a lot of stuff in there. Kenley Jansen, I think he's going to go back to the Dodgers because I think that's his home. He's few away from 500 saves. I think he wants to win another championship, and I think the Dodgers is the best place for him to go to win another championship. Do you agree with this? Do you have a different opinion about this? What do you think?
I don't want to lose another pitcher. We lost Shohei Ohtani not too recently, but that was devastating. Kenley could actually help the Angels out a lot.
Yeah, Kenley's a great pitcher. He's been a great reliever. Not that many people talk about him now, but in 2020, 2021, he was the big name. The biggest needs for the Angels are rotation and their pitching, their bullpen, and then, of course, a third baseman and a center fielder. Now, Angels fans are upset because Andy Pages was on the Angels, but bad management, and he got traded or signed with the Dodgers, something like that. How do you feel about Andy Pages losing the Dodgers? Is that a regret?
Yeah, that was not okay. But as we heard, biggest needs for the Angels are their rotation bullpen, and their top 3 biggest free agents were all pitchers, so that could make the Angels possibly have a winning record this season.
That might be true. They can try and get some more help, get some free agents back. We'll see what happens. That's for today for the baseball segment. We're going to be doing 2 teams every week until the offseason is over. We're going to just be talking about their offseason needs. Let's head over to the soccer segment. Now, the first story we're going to talk about is the MLS. What's happening here?
So the MLS is going to change its season to align with European soccer calendar. It's going to change it from July to May.
So it used to be, right now the MLS playoffs are happening, so it started more in, January, February-ish. But now they're going to change it to align with the Champions League, of course, European Soccer League. So for transfer portal reasons, and they're going to have a little bridge season because the season can be done now, but they're going to have a little bridge season in January and February so they don't have such a big break. And I think this is huge for the MLS because now that's actually a huge update. That's a big difference going from starting in February, January to now starting in July. That's huge. So this is a big deal for the MLS, and it's also a big deal for European soccer because now the transfer portals are lined up. Now, we're going to be breaking down a game of Bayern Munich versus PSG. This was the Champions League. And what happened was Bayern took an early lead thanks to Luis Diaz, who scored 2 goals in the first half. And then, just before halftime, Diaz was sent off with a red card for a reckless tackle on PSG's Hakimi.
Yeah, I mean, he probably could have scored another goal, maybe 2, if he didn't get taken out. He was like on a roll.
Yeah, a hat trick would have been there possibly.
Yeah.
Then what happened in the second half?
PSG fought back, but they can only get like a scissor kick header.
It was a great goal. It was a great goal, but only
goal.
one goal. They couldn't get much, and that was their only goal of the game.
Yeah.
Diaz was the biggest part of the game, but also him getting sent off is for Bayern. PSG was Champions League winners last year, and they lose to Bayern without Luis Diaz for the huge game. That's a big narrative for both PSG and Bayern Munich, so we'll see what plays out. Okay, we're going to head over to the NBA. Now, Luke over here is a Warriors fan, so he's going to tell us what happened with Steph Curry versus the Spurs.
Okay, so Steph Curry tied Michael Jordan with 2 records.
2 records, not 1, 2 records in one game. That's crazy.
Yeah, the first was Curry scoring 40-plus points for the 44th time since turning 30 years old. He tied with Michael Jordan for that. And once Curry surpasses Jordan, because he probably will do it again this season.
Nobody's gonna beat that record soon, right? So Curry is definitely gonna beat Michael Jordan. He's gonna have another 40-plus game probably this season, hopefully, unless he gets injured. But then he's gonna beat Michael Jordan, and then here are these other names on this list. You got Steph Curry tied for 1 with Michael Jordan. Then you got Damian Lillard, Kobe Bryant, James Harden, Larry Bird, LeBron James. All these players are the best of the best, and then Curry's going to top that list, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Damian Lillard, he's not too old. He could possibly get up into the 40s. He's already at 31, so he could be up there too.
Yeah, it's possible. Curry also joined Jordan as the only players to 35 or older to score 45-plus points in back-to-back games. Insane stuff from Curry.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty amazing. 45 points is a lot, but he scored more than 45 in those games. I see Austin Reeves on the Lakers. He was doing good stuff like that too, scoring a lot. But Curry, always been a star. He came back and did some good stuff, magic for the Warriors.
Nico Harrison finally got fired after all of that Luka stuff. Finally pulled the plug. Should have been fired maybe like 6 months ago, but at least finally got fired. We're going to talk about the Lakers. They're doing amazing right now with Luka and Reeves. They don't even have LeBron. And some people are starting to wonder if the Lakers even need LeBron. I mean, they're cooking with Luka and Reeves, but Luka is saying that the team is waiting for the day that LeBron can come back and help them out. So, how do you feel about this?
I mean, obviously, LeBron's getting older. He's losing his skill. I think that Luka Doncic could be the possible new team star cover of the Lakers. And then Austin Reeves is right behind him. He's scoring a bunch. They're doing great as a duo.
Yeah, for sure. It's working out for the Lakers right now. They're having a great season. The Thunder are having a great season. The Spurs, too. All those big teams in the NBA. Now, we're going to talk about some rising star spotlights. We're going to have Paolo Banchero be our star for today. He is one of the most exciting young talents in the NBA. He was drafted first overall in 2022, and he's been showing huge flashes of superstar potential. He's averaging crazy stats this year, over 22 points per game, and he has solid rebounds and assists. So I think he has a triple-double, a couple of those. He's doing great this year. And what's interesting about Paolo, it's not just his numbers, but his style of play, right? He has physicality. He has that traditional power, but he's just a combo of guard and power. So he's just a full-time player, and he can be he might be the face of the NBA in maybe 10 years. We have to look out for that.
Okay, so Jackson Dart recently got a concussion, and he's going to be out for Week 11. This is making a big impact on the Giants because not only is Jackson Dart one of their great QBs, he's been doing really good this season, is out, but also Cam Scatterbo, who is out for the rest of the season. He was a really good player. I liked watching him give other people concussions.
The Giants have had 3 huge injuries this year. Of course, Cam Scatterbo. Now Jackson Dart, who it probably won't be too long, but still a concussion. And Malik Neighbors. So 3 big blows for them. 3 of their best players are gone. And Jameis Winston is to start this Sunday. I think it's tomorrow that they're playing. I think they're playing the Packers, so that's going to be a good game. Speaking of the Packers, let's talk about the game versus the Eagles. It's one of the most boring games to watch through 3 quarters, and then just took off in the 4th.
Yeah.
10-7.
Mm-hmm.
Packers are driving. They're trailing by 3. Packers are driving down the field, and I think it was 2nd down. They only needed 6 or 7 yards, right? And then they threw a big play down the field, and they should have just done a short pass play, a running play. And then they ended up, it was 4th down. They kept the offense out there initially, and then they brought the field goal crew out. They were just trying to get an offsides. And what happened on that field goal? What happened?
So I think it might have been the pressure that got to their kicker. He kicked the ball. I think it went straight left.
Straight left.
It was nowhere near the field goal post. That was pretty embarrassing for the Packers. They could have sent it into overtime, and they sold.
Yeah, not a great game from either team. I think it was 3-0 after 2.5 quarters. It was terrible. But Eagles didn't perform great. Packers performed worse, so the Eagles got the win. Broncos are doing amazing, but Chiefs are 5-3. They're 3rd in their division. How do you think it's going to play out for Mahomes and the Chiefs? Are they contention this year for the AFC, or are they not?
Yeah, I mean, they're still contenders for playoffs. They'll probably make it, but I don't think they have a chance of making the Super Bowl. I mean, the Bills, they're still going strong, right?
Yeah, I don't think that the Chiefs are going to make the Super Bowl. I'm asking every guest that's come on here, what's your Super Bowl prediction?
I think it might be the Rams from the NFC.
Agree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a Niners fan, but
I know. So he's a
their
Niners
recent
fan,
loss.
and he's saying the Rams.
Their recent loss to the Rams, that was horrible.
That was bad.
The Ravens have been doing pretty bad, so I don't think they'll make it. Maybe it would be Bills versus Rams. That would be a good game.
That would be a good game. I think it's going to be Broncos versus Rams, and I think that the Rams lose. But do you think the Rams win or lose?
Yeah, Rams will lose.
Yeah, I think the Rams are going to get so close. They won in 2020, but I think they have another chance this year. Matthew Stafford's in MVP contention.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, and then Puka Nakua. So the Rams got a great team. And NFL, it's one of my favorite seasons in the past maybe 3 or 4 years because the Chiefs aren't dominating. That's the main thing. Right?
Unfortunately for me, the Super Bowl this year is in San Francisco.
Ooh, it's in San Francisco.
So I would have liked for the Niners to win it, to make it to the Super Bowl in San Francisco and then win it there. That would have made me really happy.
Yeah, it's always cool when the team that's hosting gets the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the Rams are the only ones that have won it at their home stadium.
Did the Bucks do it too in 2021? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The Rams did it.
Tell us in the comments.
That's about all for today. Thank you very much, Luke, for coming out. Yeah. I'm Alex Awad, and this was episode 10 of the award-winning podcast.